Fierce close combat. Ukrainian wipe out 44 Russian tanks and forces on Toretsk line. Ukrainian paratroopers have released drone footage appearing to show the near-total destruction of a large column of Russian armor in Novomykhailivka, Donetsk Oblast. The 79th Air Assault Brigade published a compilation video that appeared to depict some 23 Russian armored vehicles and tanks being destroyed and smoking at the side of a country road. Ukrainian troops refer to the area as the Road of Death because of Russia's continued losses in the region. Further clips appear to show Russian soldiers attempting to escape from strike drones, clambering out of their tanks and hiding behind mounds of soil. Many are then hit again. The brigade says the strikes were carried out using artillery fire, anti-tank missile systems, fences rigged with mines, and UAVs. Business Insider could not independently verify the undated video, which the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine also distributed. Novomykhailivka has been a major conflict point between Russia and Ukrainian troops in Donbass. Russian forces launched attacks from the east of the village in December, headed south in January, and returned to the east in February. At the end of January, a video published by Ukraine's 72nd Mechanized Brigade appeared to show Ukrainian drones hitting 11 tanks and armored vehicles on the same stretch of road. The road connecting Novomykhailivka to the neighboring village of Blahadeyn has been a lethal trap for Russian troops for more than a year. Ukrainian volunteers collecting the bodies of Russian soldiers from Blahadeyn 3 months after the battle which liberated the village. The route into the village was dubbed the Road of Death due to the number of Russian soldiers killed. Russian forces have repeatedly resorted to sending large numbers of personnel into battle like cattle. These so-called meat assaults are high-risk frontal assaults that attempt to overwhelm Ukrainian positions. They rely on Russia's large numbers of troops, with commanders appearing to care little whether their soldiers return or not. The tactic was used in the Battle of Bakhmut, which became known as the meat grinder for tens of thousands of soldiers, and continues to be used in the eastern town of Avdiivka, where Ukrainian troops have been forced to withdraw in recent weeks. One Ukrainian commander fighting in Avdiivka previously told CNN that Ukraine may kill 40 to the 70 Russian soldiers with drones in a day, but the next day they renew their forces and continue to attack. Ukrainian forces are facing critical shortages of Western artillery ammunition. The White House said earlier this month that Ukraine pulled out of Avdiivka because Ukrainian soldiers had to ration ammunition due to dwindling supplies as a result of congressional inaction. Ukraine's armed forces claim to have destroyed 42 Russian tanks and military vehicles in the eastern region of Donetsk. A video shared by Ukraine's 58th Motorized Brigade appears to show the wrecks of the vehicles. A caption accompanying the video reads, "It seems that in recent weeks, Putin's generals have been making a large-scale sacrifice to their hellish gods, throwing new forces and equipment to their death." The Ukrainian Defense Ministry reshared the video on X, formerly Twitter, writing, "A line to hell." Dozens of Russian tanks and combat vehicles were destroyed on a small section of the front in the Donetsk region. Fighting has intensified in the Donetsk region in recent months as Russia pushes to take more ground around the already captured city of Avdiivka. Russian forces are currently targeting the strategically important city of Chasiv Yar, just to the north. Ukrainian officials believe that Russia is now intent on seizing the regions of both Donetsk and Luhansk. The International Institute for Strategic Studies, IS think tank, reported in February that Russia's campaign around Avdiivka had resulted in significant losses to both equipment and personnel. The report said that at that time, Russia had lost 8,800 armored fighting vehicles since it launched its full-scale invasion. The Director General of the IS also said in February that Russia had likely lost more than 3,000 tanks since the invasion began. To put that into perspective, Russia's battlefield tank losses are greater than the number it had when it launched its offensive, he wrote. Dutch open-source intelligence website Oryx puts visually confirmed Russian tank losses since the start of the conflict at just under 3,000.
Бля.